even if it's a shot you must take in the dark. Perhaps it's better that you took that shot than fear what might have happened if you never took it at all. At the very least, your yearning will have an answer. And either from there you can rejoice, or you can move ahead.
The headmaster has requested us for tea.
Your Highness? That didn't sound good.
The other matter I should make you aware of before dinner, I suppose, because it's something I need to bring up, not dinner, tea. Something I need to bring up with the headmaster. My father has requested me home. In response to the attempt.
I see.
And while technically I am... What the f...
Just ignore him.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes forward.
In conversations I've had with my father, he is... Well, in the one conversation recently, he relayed that I am essentially sovereign in everything except title. However, he of course still has the title. His word's going to go over mine. If he requests my withdrawal, then I would believe that Phelan accepts that.
Right.
I've got too much here. He's urging me that the people at home need me more, but is it not more important to win the crown here? Put a Blood One rep for all of them on the throne. The ends justifying the means. I feel like I have more to prove here. Temporary loss for long-term gain.
You could have been. You would have been entertained to watch people climb up.
Could be something we discuss with him.
But the prince.
Derail the class.
It is. Okay, you two get that now.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Have fun at the tea party. Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Have
in there?
fun.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Well, okay. I guess.
Goodbye.
We're about to have our fingers sliced off. What are you wearing?
Do you not like it?
He's a damsel in distress.
I've been paid money to keep it on for the rest of the day.
Tell you what, I'll pay you more to not.
I was paid more too. Do you not? Do you not like the outfit? I think I
it
look
looks
quite
lovely.
It's fine,
I
I
look
just
better
want to
than-
establish that I'm the favorite because I pay you more.
Absolutely. My love can be bought. But yes,
Not that done.
really quick. Sir, I need you to read this and just give me a nod. Celica, this is something that you are not privy to, unfortunately.
You no longer have rights
don't
to
read
either
out
of your
loud.
pinky fingers. We are going to chop them off at tea.
Whoa.
If you scream, we will take off the ring finger. I do want that one.
I said index fingers, thank you.
Oh, that's page 2.
Yeah.
Dear Prince Ezra, I am writing to request your assistance in the trial tomorrow. I will need you to follow me to a guarded, unknown location unknown location to me for this task, and I need you to keep it
Headmaster,
secret from
I
your
nearly
court
forgot
for the
that.
night. This
This is
task will
leftover
be
from
one
the
that
Rose
only
Festival.
you partake in. I
Oh,
can
God.
ensure your absolute safety in it.
Oh!
I, as well as
Is that
2
me
others, will
and
be
Tiny
aware
Wee
of the
Snake?
location, and you will not be there for
Yes,
long.
well,
Please let me know of your response
a
before
snake.
end of day. Thank you.
I know you are still mourning Sir Sneaky Samuel.
Sir Sneaky Samuel Sidorington the Sixth, yes.
Doesn't sound like I have a
Yes.
choice.
Thank you.
Of course.
Perfect. Don't open this until tomorrow. I will find you later after the tea party. Either myself or
I see.
another
Ooh,
secret
this
third
is
party.
exciting. I want to open this. Do you want this back?
No, you can keep it.
I get a souvenir.
Yes.
So you did.
I was supposed to have another meeting, but I don't think that's happening anymore. I do believe the people have retired, so you can come up. A little tower tour, one could say.
I don't think I've ever been up here. Oh my!
No, this is
wow, you
my
have books.
library.
Did you take
Yeah.
any books on rails from my party?
No.
Someone
That
did.
was probably Paxton.
That bitch. Apologies for my tongue.
No, it is fine. Paxton is a bitch.
I can ask around to see if anybody still has leftover books.
Can I get that in writing?
That Paxton is a bitch?
Yeah, signed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, phenomenal.
I say it to his face.
Mm.
I have indeed noticed that Paxton is very comfortable with you.
Yeah,
Perhaps
don't
a
know
little
why,
too
but-
comfortable.
Paxton is always a little too comfortable.
He was throwing snowballs at the headmaster during class.
Yes, he does that. I do have cake.
This is horrendous for my ego. I imagined you were taking the other end of the table because you're the other head of the table, but... Alright.
It feels really awkward that way.
I can shout.
I'm
And it
sure
feels
you
awkward
can.
sitting above you in rank, so...
Good, good. That is how it should feel. I have tea purely for decoration. Oh, well,
Hell of a decoration.
I no longer have tea. But you know,
It's
I've realized
green.
I've realized I never really spent time with the vampires. Full stop.
It's because you don't have to discipline us.
No, thank God. There's, I mean, a few odd times where I've had to, but compared to the other courts, it has not been that bad. Though admittedly, it's really not that hard to beat some of the other courts.
Don't I know it?
I do have something
It seems
that I
trouble does seem to follow some.
mhm. I
Make
do
say...
have these, which you should be able to consume. It is a special food that I make, that I used to make for my vampire friends in the past.
How do
I
I
see.
convey that there's a group?
I believe Mateus threw one of these at me, actually.
Yeah.
There you go. Now we both...
Yes, I spent some time perfecting the recipe. I'm not. It's really the only thing I know how to bake.
We warmed it
cook,
up
I
in
suppose.
the... We made an arena, so we warmed it up in one of the light receptacles, and I believed he liked it.
Ah. It is magical of sorts, to say the least.
Hmm.
And something that the vampires can eat and feel included in things.
Good to know.
Indeed. I've also
Inclusion was a
discovered
big
there
thing.
are a
Need
few...
this.
Apologies.
No, you're fine.
I have found that there are also some meat dishes that we can consume as long as they are placed.
Oh, which dishes?
You will have to give me a moment to see. I believe potatoes with roast meat, lamb ham, stuffed chicken, stuffed rabbit. Any sort of, I suppose, meal that can be placed.
We'll keep that in mind for my next tea party with vampires.
Indeed.
Better be soon.
Perhaps I should have more vampires next time.
Perhaps. Well, you had Sabrina at the family dinner.
Yeah, she came up. She came late.
I was
With me
going to
and
ask, yeah, you had a dinner with, I believe, Mateus and Sabrina, but you didn't invite me.
Well, Mateus was only invited because he's become the for really lack of a better term, little bitch boy. For the professors. And Sabrina wanted to feel included.
What if I want to feel included?
You should have been. You should ask.
Good for them.
It was great. We had some conversations.
I put them in a mood to bruise, so whatever you did, do that again before we duel. Or spar, sorry.
Yes, we talked briefly about democracy.
So I see demons were in attendance.
That's so.
Yes, we had. Surprisingly, the demons weren't the ones fighting the most for democracy. It was Paxton.
What the?
Oh.
You just lost 5 Celica points.
Yes, the argument was that democracy is good because people can vote in what they want instead of having someone terrible stuck with them just because they were born into it.
There's a pretty good voting power in a guillotine.
Exactly.
Indeed.
It was interesting. I'm very against democracy. That's always been very public. So.
I mean, it's on paper sounds great, but in practice, I mean, that's... If you're voting in rulers, they have to... It's a different game they're trying to play. They're playing exclusively to votes, not what actually assists.
Mm-hmm.
So if, let's say... It's a good example. The farming population of Bloodwind would be an important voting populace, and one of their concerns is obviously that when a blizzard comes in, or every once in a while the mountains will have avalanches. Well, those avalanches come down, affect the field, screws over the voting populace of the farmers. Well, I can promise them that I'll put barricades at the bottom of the mountain to stop these avalanches. And that's going to please them. Is that going to solve the problem actually long term? But no, it's going to solve it long enough that I get their vote. Now, when I'm actually in power, and I'm listening to my people, and I have to rule over the next 4 or 5 decades, I'm going to make sure that problem lasts because I don't want to see my body separated from my head. I feel like
Yes,
That is indeed a
democracy
perspective
just
to have.
leads into dishonesty. But I digress. I feel like when you're actually dedicated to longevity in the role, you are motivated towards longevity and legacy within your solutions.
Yes, apologies for sounding too missive.
I forgive you. Apologies, my
Indeed.
mood is a bit lighter. We were having a heavier conversation prior to this.
That is fine. This is supposed to be a informal event of such.
I
So
figured.
my qualms with democracy has always been people lie. And if they know if they lie, they will get your votes. I do not think you can trust anyone who is fully for democracy. And it is... Granted, I am also incredibly biased. I've always grown up in a monarchy. I'm
Right, but
a monarch, so I believe in the monarchy. But even still, democracy, I believe, is a flawed system that is a weird thing for only one court to really practice.
I'm going to
Indeed.
bite my tongue on my thoughts about their practices and their behavior
You-
within the school.
Can speak freely. It is... Nothing here leaves anywhere. And
It's interesting
my
how the
own
one
opinions.
democratic court continues to throw themselves into controversy, and anytime you talk with the actual democratic populace that supposedly has a say, they go, huh? What?
Mhm.
Our leader did what? No, I didn't do anything about that.
Yes,
Indeed.
they mentioned to me about the same thing that I had spoken to you, that they've been hearing rumors about complaints about them keeping things from their court. Which is it really a complaint if it is what they are doing, but alas.
Confirm a rumor for me, if you will. In vague terms, of
Indeed.
course.
Mhm.
I heard a rumor that a certain court, potentially related or unrelated to this democracy discussion, was intentionally hiding their points to react to, I suppose, fault or to backlash, saving or stockpiling their world melodies or world chimes.
That is correct.
How intriguing.
Mm. Alas, their argument was that it was never made against the rules, but I think I made it pretty clear when explaining to them that they had to inform me as soon as they got it. Well, not the first time the demons have faulted
So
or
much
found
for
a loophole in the
discretion.
system and used it to their advantage. Hence why the rules are a lot more strict now.
Right.
Indeed.
I noticed
I will
the
certainly have to agree that it's not the first time that the demons have, I suppose, either bended the rules to benefit themselves or have outright lied about it.
Mm-hmm. I've also heard whispers that they may be wanting to force people into contracts. So,
if you, I suppose if we're truly speaking, you spoke with the sea monsters at all or studied that dynamic between their head of courts?
yes, I have spoken with Morale and gave her my opinions on Cassian. To be completely frank, I said, do not trust him. So,
It's a
though,
little difficult.
yes,
Benevolent she may be, spineless she also is.
not entirely incompetent, to say the least. My main concern is that Cassian is going to use this to boost his public opinion in a way. I do not trust a court that is so willing to sign away their entire court when they do not have an army.
Correct. I believe that he's just
To-
playing for more votes. I
Mhm.
mean, he's playing the same way within a different court. I believe he tried it in
Yes.
the immediate release to win public favor, even though the actual head heirs of the courts he was calling upon may not agree. If their public is of the stance that we have to help, then they must, because he thinks democratically. But as soon as
Yes,
he
I-
realizes that's
Mhm.
pointless, it goes out the window, and reportedly that was only supposed to be delivered at home.
Indeed. I was not too fond of how he directly included Eversorn without consulting me first. Nothing
From
of
what
that
I
was...
gather, he consulted no one.
Yeah, so if you were going to include the place that I literally live, I'd like at least a bit of warning. I only found out because I was having a meeting with the sea monsters involving everything that's been happening with them, and I believe Silas mentioned it to me that there was a book. And then a well-written book, all things considered, but a call to action when your court is the only democratic one is not going to bode well.
Right.
Though I also worry that if the demons win the crown, they will do a repeat of the Thorn Concord. which, no offense to your father, evidently has not gone very well.
The hell's that supposed to mean?
It's very hard to get all 4 courts to agree on one thing.
Right.
Though they were all very happy with the school, so at least there's that.
Everyone's got an ego.
Mm. Some courts more than others.
I take that as a compliment.
Well, your father, from what I've seen of him, doesn't appear to be as... What is the word? He does not seem to care as much for the general public opinion as he does the court he resides in. He cares mainly for how Bloodwin is, which is to be expected.
Right.
And he also has not caused any issue for me, full stop. So, out of everyone on the Thorn Concord, your father definitely wins there.
I presume it's a matter of respect. The public respects the sovereign, that is the implied trust relationship. And he trusts in the public to act if called upon. They expect him to act if they call upon him. There's not exactly that trust or reliability on faraway other courts. Not usually. And so, I believe that that is why the trust and responsibility falls more on Bloodwin itself, rather than trying to concern ourselves about other courts.
Yes, I've always been quite fond of Bloodwin. Granted, I would never have attended any of the events you would all host. Mainly because, as I said at the start of the school year, I find them rather pointless. A bunch of events hosted with every noble in the realm is just an ego competition, and
One that we win.
I don't know, have you seen how the sea monsters do it?
Well, see, I would argue the issue with the sea monsters right now is that their leader, unfortunately,
Far too
doesn't
egotistical.
have enough of an ego.
Oh no, he has far too much. He
The sea monsters. Oh,
yes,
no, sorry, I'm
the
thinking
Grand
of
Duke.
Morel.
Oh, Morel.
The leader here
Yes, no.
has too little an ego. And so, someone with far too big an ego and far too little experience is able to
Yes.
drive.
The Grand Duke is interesting, to say the least. He's definitely one of a kind, which says a lot considering how old I am. Though I've always had good relations with Bloodwin. So at least there is that.
We're agreeable if, again, baseline respect.
Thank God. I suppose most courts have always treated me with respect, though some would get quite upset I wouldn't attend their events. Which, if I'm not attending one event, I shouldn't attend any others.
Indeed.
Though I do
And-
believe the first public event I attended was the Solstice.
Duly noted. I
That
believe
was
the
the first one, yeah.
way it's viewed at home, and it's not a discussion that I've been privy to, I don't think it's a discussion that would happen often either. I believe it's viewed as, you said, you don't attend to any event besides your own. And so, well, we extend the respect of an invite. You're, of course, a busy, busy man.
Indeed.
We've never viewed it as a disrespect that you don't attend.
Thank God. I'm sure the events were quite fun, but
Some of them are drags.
yes, I went to far too many when I was younger. Had to keep appearances up and such. I'm sure you know the feeling.
Well, I'm sure things were different back in the 200s or 300s.
Hey. I was born in the 1600s.
And you don't look a day over
Wesley.
20.
Good choice.
Thanks.
If I had to what is it? I had to supervise knighthood for 30 or so minutes, and all I heard was Paxton calling me old, and also Catherine.
I do recall. Indeed, they're quite forward, I suppose, with their comments.
Yes, it's interesting to say the least.
Indeed.
Though Paxton is funny, so I let it slide sometimes, and also because I'm far more worse to him.
You can take points
He's
from his
fairly
court,
gullible
that's
as well.
alright.
They are already doing so bad.
Someone's
I
got to
almost
carry
got
us
him
from
to
the
look-
bottom.
I almost got him to look at the ceiling when I said that the word gullible was on the ceiling. He almost looked.
There's not a lot that goes on in Paxton's head.
No, there is not.
Though I believe that is with most of the sea monsters, and respectfully, most of the people in the academy. I've realized I have very high expectations for the nobles of today, and I've greatly decreased them.
Hey, are you calling me slow?
No, I would never.
I suppose in a way it is good to temper expectations.
Oh, okay.
I suppose
Yes.
when they're lower, you tend to be surprised when they are exceeded.
Yes, I've so far only been disappointed. Though I was quite impressed with the maze. The maze was very impressive.
Indeed, I'm quite glad that the strategy that His Highness had worked out with us had actually worked.
Can I say I know what I'm doing? Any tips for tomorrow?
It's time based. Again. But if you are not well knowledgeable on your academics, I would recommend studying tonight.
I see.
The academy subjects, I assume.
Yes. Fortunately, there's only 8 that you need to choose from.
The good news is we've been ahead of that, actually.
Indeed we have.
Not to, I suppose, let you in on too much, but... because I don't want you to rearrange strategy around us, but... no, we held a strategy meeting after the first trial. And discussed what may come up and what we need to prepare. That's what the arena that I mentioned earlier was constructed for.
Mm-hmm.
Practicing our sparring, our combat, just in case there were any hands-on demonstrations of mob studies or knighthood. We're
Indeed.
running a few classes, workshops. I don't know what the right term would be, but trying to center in on classes that others may have missed, just crash courses.
Mm-hmm.
But we're taking the trials as seriously as we can.
Good, good.
And I hope it reflects in our performance. So far, it has.
I hope so as well. In the nicest way that I can phrase it, admittedly, that was the only time I've ever been proud to be the Bloodwind representative.
Hey.
You guys have been in like last place the majority of the school year, though I believe you're in 3rd in overall points at the moment. I am not sure.
Are you calling me slow?
Oh.
No.
You're doing amazing.
Are the points reset, or is that just the trial points alone?
Those are just the trial points.
I say feed right into drum and have that be the full points.
I've been tempted. We will see how the points look overall once complete. Though, as I've said before, I do not wish for everyone's points to be purely based on the world and their advancements in exploring it.
Hasn't stopped some.
Indeed.
Indeed.
At the very least, you can lie to Paxton about it. Might be funny.
He is very fun to lie to, and I feel like I shouldn't promote that, but
Like a court jester.
yes, I think he would make a great court jester.
You should make him a cute little outfit.
You know, I think if I offered him enough money, he'd just wear it.
I think he would do it for free, honestly. You give him a hat with little
Probably.
bells on it,
Oh, he'd love it.
he'd love it.
Though
You
I
could
did
just have it sitting
people-
out in your office somewhere and not even bring it up, and he, I think, would be just gravitating to it.
Oh, absolutely. Put a little jingle on it. He'd love it.
Certainly.
It's my favorite thing about being a prince when I was younger. Would just have someone paid to entertain me.
Maybe I need
They
to
were not that
implement some
entertaining.
things. Hmm.
It is
I imagine
great.
after a couple 100 years it gets stale.
Well, given that
would
Paxton's
think-
still being kept around, I'm not sure.
True. There
Let's
is
see.
a certain charm in, at least with my family, we would go for those who needed money that we found entertaining on the streets or musically talented.
Paxton.
We would hire them. If they got married and they had children, then nepotism wins. But I've not had a jester in 100 years, give or take. They started
Point
getting a
Paxton.
bit unfunny. I made just the point, Paxton.
Give him the title. He'll love a title.
I think he would.
Tell him that J in Paxton stands for Jester. He'll feel like it was made for him.
You know, I think he would be just a bit, not slow, but silly enough to believe that there is a J in Paxton.
No, you were right the first time.
Yes.
There's a matter concerning at home to, I suppose, change tone a bit, but that I wanted to bring up with you.
Mhm.
Because you'll probably hear about it sooner than later.
Oh, joy.
Precisely. You wrote home to my father regarding the incident after the party, no?
Indeed.
He's not all too happy about it.
I can imagine that.
He's requesting my own report, but also requesting my immediate return.
Oh.
There is some... Of course, with how the Bloodwind power cycle works, I am... If by some miracle I don't win here and elevate to your station, then... I was stuck between stature and station and it came out weird. If I don't elevate to your station, then I'm guaranteed to be the sovereign within the next year. 2, 3, 4 tops. Just off of how the cycle goes. And we've had... Hello?
Is that Paxton?
Where's that coming from?
Is that a kalimba?
I believe that may be Della.
I don't want to be a stranger to love.
And there's Pixie, right on cue.
Wonderful. Well, yes, we've had some tentative discussions regarding that.
Mhm.
And so he's brought that into question as well as obviously the importance of the competition here, but I don't think that he wants to be having me risk my life for a crown I'm not guaranteed. When there's people at home that would be better suit my rule. I think that's why he's wanting me home. He relayed that... What was that? Should I not receive response within the week, I'll begin drafting correspondence to Thorn requesting your withdrawal. I'm confident in our ability here, though. I think already strong first trial performance. I think that if not for the world melodies, I think that we would be in the lead. I think we've had I would argue the most events. I can't name a sea monster event. I know that the Fell Folk have put on some grandiose events. Cinderloon I know has at least done one or two, but I would argue that Bloodwind has arranged the most. We have admittedly had some personnel issues, but I believe that we've been putting in the most effort overall on the public sector, trying to, of course, prove that we can be an ally to all courts. That we can, for example, in the culinary class, the culinary royal code combination, we were in the lead, if not for there was a dietary restriction that in the rush was not accounted for. We've worked in every class, every event ground to prove our worth and prove our, I suppose, justification for the victory. This is to say, I'm confident that we can carry through. And I was telling Selican that, well, yes, it doesn't go absent on me that my life is evidently at threat. I would say that you, the same as I, know that our lives are always at threat.
Indeed.
Usually there's a bit more security around, or trusted nobles around, but here the trusted nobles are everybody. And so if anybody is going to commit any crime, they're going to make damn well sure they get away with it. Clean scene, no evidence, the like. I believe that if whoever arranged the explosion attempts something again, we'll be able to start putting together a profile. And now we know that I need to be on higher guard, that perhaps the trusted nobles around, off of every court, cannot be trusted to that degree.
Indeed.
So
I am in the opinion
staying.
that... Oh, good.
And I would like to respectfully ignore his order.
Good, good. Admittedly, I am in the belief that, as you said, regardless of where you are, your life will be in danger because of your position. That is a guarantee. That is the risk that my parents had or took into account when they had me and my sister, that I'm sure your father took into account when he had you. Being an heir to any role is difficult, especially when you are an heir taking part in a competition. However, I believe that at the school you are safer than you would be back at court. Not to say that I do not trust that your father could be able to keep you safe, but at school there is less of a routine. At court, there's a routine that someone can learn. There's always someone that can be paid more money than your father is willing to pay them to do something. It is something I've experienced in the past, and it happens a lot more than people would think. People can be loyal, but loyalty can always be bought. At the academy, I can absolutely guarantee that nobody is paying anyone remotely close to what I'm paying the people that work for me. Except the professors. Their paychecks do not concern me.
They do start playing music through the walls.
Yes, and they explode everything and they complain and the students don't like them and they also get free housing, so
I figured you took the damages from the office explosion out of the professor's payroll.
oh, she did not get paid. Full stop.
Congratulations.
40,000 emeralds. Blocks it took to pay that. So she'll be paying that back at some point. But
I'm
the
certain
people
she
here
will.
are good at their job. Granted, my life is less of a concern to most because I cannot die. But I can be incapacitated. And through the past 300 years, there has been many attempts. Some that got far, some that did not even get past the panning stage. The school can keep you safe. And if that is a concern your father has, then I'm happy to speak with him about it. But there's so much more that we can do for you here than he can do back at home.
Agreed.
I'm glad.
I suppose expect
that?
the letter unless I decide to write back.
Plus, I suppose at this point now I am starting to root for Bloodwind completely. I do like a good underdog story.
We've been on top. We've just been allowing the other courts a time to shine.
I'm
Can't be
sure.
too cocky.
I suppose the demons have been in first place for quite some time, so unofficially I am waiting for someone to knock them down a peg. Officially I am glad they are doing well.
Of course.
Though out of pure morbid curiosity, is there any like good gossip going around other than the books?
Honestly, I'm waiting for another book, but can't say any that I know of.
What about you, Celica? Anything good?
Gossip. Well, other than what I've shared with you before. Let me think off the top of my head.
I also have like minimal short-term memory, I feel, recently. Like I need to sleep more.
Indeed, I have also not been sleeping well.
Never is there the time.
I'm glad we're all having the same experience.
500 extra points to Bloodwin.
No.
Can't say I didn't try.
You did try.
200?
No. Maybe a pat on the back.
I'll give you Mateus a day for 100.
We can come back to that.
He's a decent jester as well.
You know, maybe I hire Mateus.
Pay him in points rather than emeralds. I'll handle the emerald end.
I will look into that.
Less gossip and more so observations. But
I've got observations.
I have noticed that the High Chancellor follows Rosalind around like a lost puppy. In fact, he broke into my house one time when he was with her at Kingdom Building. I feel every time I see him. Indeed, I feel every time I see him, he's following her around. So, quite frankly, it seems that somebody has him on a leash.
I would be shocked it's not Morel. Or vice versa.
I mean,
Well,
from what I've heard, Rosalind was hanging out with Cassian as Ezra got exploded after she just broke up with Soulless.
oh,
Huh.
Well, she's quite an attractive woman. I do hope that she's using those womanly charms for the greater good.
Is it the greater good if it's Cassian?
It is not. Well, unless she can pacify him, I suppose. Stroke his ego enough to have her sway him a little bit.
So,
Taking one for the team, I suppose.
I say this in utter discretion. Because you are above me, so you coerced the secret out of me.
Oh, yes, of course.
And because you're sworn to silence anyways.
Mm-hmm.
For Rosalind's birthday, I gave her, in a rush, in a frenzy, I put together a box of IOUs. Just quickly scrawled on sheets of paper. I put an expiry date of 6 months. And we both promptly forgot about them for about 5, I believe. And, yeah, she dug them back out today, and we went through them, one of them being a shared secret, where I had to give one and she had to give one. And she prompted the subject of love life. And I spoke in vague, but she also spoke in similar vague and said that something along the lines of she snuck away with someone at my birthday bash and spent time with them privately. I believe the connotation or the term was in romantical interest. Which
Interesting.
I wasn't aware she snuck away at any point, mainly because she was a corpse in my office most of the party. However, unless she snuck away with anyone else, that would line up. But also, is there any chance? Because it feels like she's up against the Crown Duchess. Given it's Cassian, I feel like he would go more for a political relationship over anything personal. And it also seems that, well, I can't blame him if he does have personal interest in the Crown Duchess.
Yeah. From what I've gathered, they're not that close, at least according to Morale.
Or is that what she's been told?
Her and the
to
High
say?
Chancellor.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I've had conversations with her where she'll lean hard on one way, and then I'll speak with Cassian, hear his opinion, and then the next that I speak with Morale, it's evident that they've spoke because all of a sudden she's saying the exact same things and leaning hard on a completely different opinion.
Indeed, she has the ego of a sock puppet.
She very
Only
clearly
about as
values
much as whoever is inside of the puppet.
Interesting terminology. We're going to move on from that. It seems that she very much values his word and trusts him above all. However, I don't know. Maybe she doesn't know her own feelings. I'm good.
So it begs the question, if she always had feelings for Cassian, why did she get with Silas? Perhaps to make him jealous, if anything, but...
Want to know the gossip I learned? Apparently, Rosalind and Leonidas were a thing at some point.
Oh.
She broke his heart. Bad.
Of course she did.
Apparently
It's
stopped
Leonidas.
replying to letters, started ignoring him, evading him at events. It was bad, from what I hear. Apparently the last they spoke, it seemed like Leonidas was crying. Alternative gossip Can you imagine Celica crying? I would assume the answer is no.
Yes,
She doesn't have a face that cries. Now,
she does.
damn you.
Headmaster,
Mhm.
please don't out me.
She was scared. I was barely conscious. I was clinging on. I heard it. I think it was, she was at least an 8. She denies. She said 4. She said she didn't cry, but I felt tears.
She
Real
cried.
tears. Yeah,
She
real
cried.
tears. She says it's a 4. I'd say it's at least a 7 or an 8. And it's hard to get
I
up
would say
there.
a 10.
No. Tennis
I don't know.
clowns.
I suppose.
Real
Truth be
tears.
told, not a lot of people that I know have cried about you getting exploded. A lot of people described it to me as Ezra go kaboom or Ezra kaboom.
Interesting.
Which
Celica, did you ever tell Valen here about what Cassian said about my medbay treatment?
I
Oh,
believe I
yes.
did.
Phenomenal. What a guy.
Mhm. Advantageous. Or is that Canderous?
You can spin it for
He
votes.
said it was advantageous. Leonidas told me. Apparently, since he was the one tending to him, it was advantageous.
Interesting.
Canderous is not much better than his twin brother. He's just as much of a chronic liar.
I will give Canderous credit. Cassian walked by me earlier today, and I gave a nod. I said, good evening. And he went and kept walking. And then I'm sitting there for a moment reflecting, wow, that was rude. Can't even spare me the breath of a hello. And then Canderous walks up, gives me a nod, pauses for a second, and then goes, good evening. He, of course, clarified that him and Cassian were lost in their own little world, but at least he had the decency and basic, I suppose, polite manner to snap out of his head and say hello, especially to a prince.
I believe they mostly speak in open groups as well.
Must have
That's
been something
interesting.
real intense.
Mm.
Whose shirt can be tighter?
He does wear very tight clothes. I don't know why.
He has a good figure. You should show it off.
Does
You
he?
want to elaborate on that?
I would
Anyway,
like
Your
more.
Highness, how about we talk about your love life?
No, that's all right.
Oh no, I'm intrigued now.
A desert, unfortunately.
Oh. Only with that attitude.
What game are you getting?
A lot.
Indeed, I heard you had a very lovely date.
Yes, I recently
Excuse me?
not so recently. I did date with Professor Corrupton. And then in the past I've been married twice, so I think I have
Indeed, the
enough.
professor was telling me about it earlier.
Oh.
Does everyone know this about
Dear
me?
God. Apparently.
Well, as the professor's apprentice, I am privy to some information.
I don't like this world I'm living in.
What did she say to you about it?
Leonidas has more game than me. The headmaster has more game than me.
Well, she did mention the
Well,
lovely
Pax has more game
getaway,
than
the
me.
treats. However, it seems that you were a bit eager.
Me?
Ooh.
Eager?
Well, perhaps I've said too much.
No. Please continue.
I suppose eager for information, I suppose.
Ah, yes. The game
You'd
she
like-
created.
Indeed. You laid out her whole hand, and she said she was quite. What's the phrasing she used? I suppose she wished that you had worked for it a little more.
It's not my fault she falls very quick. Or folds very quick.
Well, I suppose that's on her then.
Look, what can I say? Despite the fact I'm currently in the dress, I'm an attractive fella.
Regardless, she had a lovely time.
I hope so.
Indeed. Do you... I feel I recall you were there when Paxton and the headmaster got into a fight over whose date was more pathetic.
I can hardly remember where I woke up this morning.
Really.
That is concerning.
Yeah.
I get
I'll
you.
have to ignore it.
Perhaps see Rosalind at least.
Did.
That is right, you did.
And now I owe her a dress.
Oh.
Not the worst thing. She could ask for a tuft of your hair,
She
a
did.
swab of your cheek.
She did.
She didn't ask for any other bodily fluids, did she?
She did.
I will have a word with her.
Nothing too concerning.
I feel like you should not be giving people such easy access to your DNA.
It was a box of IOUs. I had to honor them.
But your DNA?
IOUs are IOUs.
I suppose, but... I mean, yeah, I guess. I respect it.
Look,
You
pretty
won't
lady
concern me.
asks for a tuft of your hair. You not saying yes? Salika, try
No,
it.
you're right. You're right.
Me?
Salika, try it.
May I please have a tuft of your hair?
No. I'm far too old for you.
I want to kill myself.
Don't do that.
How else am I going to be rid of this humiliation?
Don't worry. I'll
Electric
get the...
shock therapy.
I'll sit back down.
Excuse me.
Excused.
Okay. I gave you my baked potatoes with ketchup.
One.
Did you?
I'm sorry?
I gave you 2.
Oh. This one's in much better shape, although this one... maybe it's because it went in my pocket, but... This one looks a little worse for wear. You see that?
Yeah.
It's the one you gave me. Maybe... I don't know if that was before or after it went in my pocket.
Definitely after.
I'll just put this one in my... There we go.
Oh.
Where else is it going to be safe for later?
That's true. Yes. Any other things? Because I have just realized the time.
It is quite late.
Surprisingly,
because I need to force myself.
I feel like I've been awake for longer than usual.
It would seem so.
Mm.
Regardless, I have no further inquiries.
Mm.
Nor do
We
I.
should do this again.
Certainly.
Indeed. It was enjoyable.
We'll schedule for next Friday so we can get another tip on the next trial.
You know, maybe can have all of the vampires.
The winners stay winning.
Indeed.
Very well then.
You
It
are...
was a good time.
I can't get up.
I cannot.
Oh, there we go.
Here, I do want to see if you tried these on.
Oh, actually, you know what? I already have my own pair.
Yes. You were wearing those in knighthood.
Don't you worry, you're
Phenomenal. Oh, you rock them too.
Thank you. I feel like
I
they
did
go
get
really well
one
with my
of
outfit.
those
You should put a pair of those on Richard.
scarves.
Oh, you know what? You're so right.
Oh, Celica, you nail it.
Oh, is it cold?
Well,
No, it just covers up my mouth a little bit.
well, do you see that her entire shoulders are barren? Of course she's cold.
Dude,
You're right.
I think it's called cold shoulder.
Ah,
Get out.
Celica's my least funny friend. But she has her moments.
10 out of 10, Jester. Oh, you've forgotten Celica.
She'll be alright. Coming back up, Celica.
Oh.
Oh, farewell. There's another floor.
Dear God.
Please learn how to use an elevator.
Well, ours was confiscated, so...
And you forgot how to
happens
use
as
it in
well.
that time?
It's a novel technology. I'm a man that appreciates stairs.
I suppose that is why you're so trim.
I like the term lean.
Went shockingly well.
Could have gone much worse.
Indeed.
I did like that I tried to speak in discretion. Oh, well, hypothetically, a certain so-and-so may have done something, something, something. Ah, yeah, those guys.
Yes, it seems that the headmaster is privy to a lot.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not falling ill?
I'm mostly fine.
Mostly. Your
Yeah,
Highness.
some bruising. Well, we did do duels.
Yes, indeed, but if you're feeling congested or anything, you should get some rest.
Many things I should do.
Right. Well, I suppose I'm not one to talk.
Do you have anything else you're attending to tonight?
No, I'm going to likely attempt to retire.
Attempt. I like it.
Well, I never got to finish knighthood class, but then again, it was going to take forever anyways.
And you're attending the trial tomorrow?
I am.
Good. Not sure exactly what's in the store. If it's a study all of the material, I trust you can do that, but he also hinted last time that it was like therapy?
Therapy.
Indeed. But I'm not sure how the two link.
Not quite sure either. I believe I will brush up on my engineering notes at the very least.
Yeah, I'll have to make my way over to Kingdom Building eventually to grab my notes. Alas.
Of course. Thankfully, Rosalind did give us that cheat sheet, so we should be set on that front.
And I believe she wants to do the... She said I didn't miss it. Hopefully she's intending tomorrow, I don't remember.
I see.
But I suppose we'll see.
We will. Well, good night, Your Highness.
Good night. We are
Do you
going
wish
the
to stay
same way.
outdoors?
No, I just have to run up to my room for a moment.
I see. I will likely be returning to my estate.
Ah,
I can at the very least wait for you if you're planning on going to Kingdom Building as well.
no, that's fine. I have to check back in on something anyways.
All right. Stay
Have a good
safe.
night. You as well. Okay. Uh, I'm fine. Okay. All right. Two things. I have to follow Phelan later. I imagine. For the night. Only I partake in, so it's all on me. No one knows where I am. So I guess I need to check in on that. But I shouldn't wait, right? Silik is right. I just need to rip the bandage off. Nothing new as of right now. I've peeled plenty. But am I even in any shape too? No, I just need... I have to say something. We haven't spoken privately. Since I was in sickbay now. Haven't had the chance. I just need to rip the band-aid off. Get it over with. And like she said, either it works and I figure out what to do from there, or at least I know. Should I change? No, I'm fine. Come on. Damn. Is the world... Okay. Same flight as always, Ezra. Come on. How do I even start? How do I even broach that to her? How do I... Do I even have any photos of us together? Come on. Okay, that's an investigation reel. It's just not what I'm looking for. Who is that? Oh, that's the groundskeeper. No, not what I'm looking for. I mean, how do I even start? I mean, where do I begin on that? I know that at some point we were supposed to be... We could have been something. And that chance vanished. No more. But I have never abandoned that. I've been clinging on to something that may well not even exist. But make myself look pathetic. I mean... And if she doesn't... She obviously... I mean... There's a pretty high chance that she wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't blame her. But... Stand my feet. I wouldn't blame her if she didn't. There was never anything... solid or concrete, I guess. Just... powers above us putting us together. But... am I wrong to... hope? I mean... Surely. So what do I do if she says no? I guess like Celica said, I move on. That's all I can do. Maybe I need to compress my ribs or something. It's getting extreme. I feel like I'm gonna collapse my lung at this rate. It's a good one. I mean, if she says no, if she doesn't feel the same, if it's not mutual, if she has truly just been acting in the best interest of her court to foster relations, then what? I mean, I feel like at least in this stupid, idiotic nebula, I'm at least able to treasure this. I mean, I know that I was happy. I know that I could actually smile there, or any other time I get to spend with her. But she says no, I abandon all hope. I don't get to look back at this, I don't get to think of her every time I think of the flower field or Rose Festival. I just burn it. Is it worth the jump? I've done this. I mean, I've done this. I mean, in some sense, I asked Veswin. That didn't have stake. That was someone I had barely met. A pen pal. I could tell she was interested. And it had no stakes. It was nothing. Here it feels like it's everything. Ow. Need to do it before I'm bedridden again. I know that much. I have to. Can't let it wait. I won't. So, Ezra, Hope my wings work. Alright, come. Ow! Come on. Come. Now I gotta. Come on, I need to muster enough strength. At least to get up there. I don't care if I crash into a tree on the way back. Just need to get there. Up the hill, right? Man, I've got to worry about the trial tomorrow. Maybe not. Maybe it's a mental game. Maybe all I have to worry about is knowing my class material. Ow. Which does rely on me getting back to kingdom building and studying for classes that I haven't attended in months. Okay. Okay. She might not even be home. There's a decent chance. Decent chance my red shirt sticks out like a sore thumb. There's a lot of chances. Come on. Okay. Come on, Ezra. Public facing Ezra. Big, strong voice. Proper posture. Come on. Good evening, Soul Catarina. Are you near the dorms? Alright, okay. Wait for her to reply. In the meantime, I can just sit. Okay. I just need to get through the trial tomorrow. And then I can rest. I can just sit for at least an hour. Maybe even 2 if I want to treat myself. Then back to this. Back to earning points, whichever way. Just have to do this. Good posture. Strong voice. Focus on what I want. I'm right in direct view of that window. Light. Ow. Okay. There's a chance she's not even awake. It's not a far off chance, honestly. What do I even say? How do I even start? The 2 photos we have together, at least that I've developed. My eyes are stupid wide in the photo, and then she's just... It's like she had an hour to figure out a pose, and there she goes. I don't know what to even say. How do I begin? How do I broach it? She's gonna think I'm just here for blood. I mean, when was the last time that... I know the Rose Festival, I had to drink from her in emergency. I assume that they, well, yeah, fed me some of it recently. At least during my time in the sickbed. So it's been recent, but... And is that what she's gonna think this is? How do I broach it as it's something personal and not professional in any degree? How do I... I don't know. I should go. I'm in over my head. I'm sleep deprived. I'm exhausted. I feel like I can only breathe like 70% of the way. And this might just jeopardize everything. Would it not be better just to live in unknowing? Obliviousness? Stupid. No, I should just go. I mean, she might just be asleep. I can wait. Right? And what's the worst, Ezra? It waits, and I don't feel up to saying a thing. And I suppose I don't know. Or I don't get to know. Ugh. Light. I can do that. I can do that. Strong face. Strong focus. No, I need... Exit. She's normally up there. Right? Okay, less movement. At your balcony, if you have a woman. So stupid. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't do this. I'm over my head. What am I doing?
We want to take this up here. I am sharing my dorm room now.
You're quite quiet.
How is this?
Better.
Is it still quiet or is it?
A bit, yes, but...
Okay, this is the loudest I can speak up.
That works. Stupid. Suppose I haven't had a chance to check in since break or even a bit before. How have you been?
I think the better question is, how have you been? You're the one that had a more chaotic and have to be on the road to recovery.
It's a, like a difficult road with everything upon us. I feel like I don't exactly get the privilege of resting up. There's trial
No.
preparations, there's tea parties and meetings and court member requests this, court member requests that.
Yes, the duties and obligations never stop.
Truly.
For me, I hadn't returned to court until this break, so this was the first time I was back in Dawnmere and in the Silmare region as a whole. So I was pulled every which way for meetings and doing obligations. As I mentioned, I'm sharing my dorm room now. Lady Luciala has become my roommate. She and my dad school year, and prior to the break, I was going to separate them, and the easiest thing was to bring one to me.
Interesting.
You would think that they would be able to behave, but Lady Daphne seems to not be able to. I don't think Lady Luciala is without fault, but Lady Luciala hasn't done things that could potentially bring the other to harm. So, I have Luciala with me, so if Daphne does think to try something, she won't.
Smart. Does make it scary you're stopping by.
I'm sorry it didn't come to mind. I wasn't expecting you to let you know. I had Lady Celica, I was lightly informed, I believe. I actually don't know if I told her or not. She stopped in shortly before I moved Lady Luciala in.
She'd mentioned you two had talked at some point. I wasn't aware you guys were... Well, yeah, you did have that meeting, but...
Well, you were incapacitated, unconscious, and we had no idea if or when you were going to regain consciousness. So, she wanted to speak with all the heirs, I assume, to get as much information as she could. I wanted to speak with her because I needed to see where I stood with her. She was informed, especially because of the week break, and you being injured and me not knowing if I would be around. She was informed that you need my blood. The reason why she met me here was she took a few bottles to have on hand in case you needed it when you woke up.
Do you want it back?
I have no purpose for them at this point.
It might help to have your insides inside.
I do think that if I were to consume blood that has been out of my body for 2 weeks, that it would do more harm than good.
It'll cycle back in.
I don't think so. No, I arrived back here and pretty much immediately had to come and do the first trial, which went poorly given our maze was impossible.
Oh.
Our stone was in a locked off section of the maze with no entry to it. And despite that being the case, it seems the scores were still ranked by order of finish. When ours was enclosed for 30 minutes.
They didn't allow a retake or anything? They just...
No. When I had spoke to the headmaster, I spoke to them right after the maze, after everyone had finished, and I asked him how the scoring was taking place. I asked him if it was going to be like a 1 in 4 type ranking, and he had told me, no, it is not. There's a minimum point everyone is going to earn because they finished it, and then stuff would be affected based on performance. And I had brought up the fact that I don't believe time should be any type of contender. Except, honestly, I was fine with your court did, because your court did finish absurdly quick. But I didn't think the time should be what determined the rankings, or the heaviest sway in the rankings, for them messing up the maze. But, alas, no. We found all 3 fake stones, and one of the fake stones, the last one we found, is what dropped us into the part of the maze that was enclosed, and then we spent 2 minutes exploring that enclosed section, not able to get out with the correct stone, until they realized, oh, they are trapped.
So the entire
So
time you couldn't even
frustrating.
get into the right area. And then... That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not happy with the point rankings. I think their scoring method should have been reevaluated under the circumstances than what they decided to go with. But not much I can do about it. I am just hoping that I can make up points in other ways.
The tip that I can pass along to you, as long as it, I guess, stays between us. Phelan mentioned to me to study up on the class materials. I believe for tomorrow's.
I see.
I
I
plan
know
to...
I'm well studied, at the very least. I don't know about my court.
Did Phelan talk to you or hand you any book?
I didn't receive a book from him, but he did tell me that myself and the head heirs were going to be... He had ordered it to an undisclosed location, and I said, that sounds incredibly suspicious.
Unknown
But ultimately-
location to me. And that he and 2 others will be aware of the location, and I supposedly will not be there for long.
Yeah, he mentioned I had brought up safety concerns, and he brought up that his own guards would be stationed. And so I'm not too concerned about it. I don't think the headmaster gains anything from eliminating me. So I'm fine to play along. And I was told that he was going to be... I think he's the one that knows
Focus.
where I am going, and that it might be different teachers per, but as long as it wasn't Professor Castiel, I was fine either way. I don't
not.
trust him with my safety.
Let me make you a bunker.
I never got that bunker.
Nor did I. It got brought up right after Sindraloon starts harassing us. And then it just never came back up. It just had the worst timing, and I've had a sour taste in my mouth with him since.
I know when he brought it up to me, it was the day after a conversation of us arguing. I'm like, oh, yes.
Was it just an
Because the
attempt for him to save
conversation-
face?
I don't know. Because the topic of argumenting was me not believing he actually was thinking through the implications of his actions and the safety and risk of safety he was demanding of me. Because it was for the Wither fight. He was not happy that I implied he didn't say. So we had a lot of back and forth, and then the day after he was like, bunker. I'm like, I thought we went over this. I don't trust you with my safety. I was cordial. I accepted, but obviously I don't have it. I think if I need a bunker down somewhere, I might go into one of the secret rooms at the academy, in all honesty.
Yeah. That, or I think there's a giant... The structure of the manor is hollow, as dangerous as that might be. I think I could get away with hiding there for a bit.
Oh, yeah, there's... Behind this wall, there is a window that you can see through, and it leads to just like a 3-wide room behind where my bed used to be.
Oh.
Sorry, I do things by natural.
Oh, yeah. I liked the bed there.
I didn't think it would be appropriate for me to keep my bed largely in the center and leave all be shoved off to a corner. But she moved herself in, and she still just stuck herself in as little space as possible in the corner. As I rearranged everything, I got all of my belongings moved up here, like my jewelry box and misc items. Did you find any of the items that were hidden around the school?
No, I don't believe so.
I don't know if my court has or not. I went looking last night, albeit I'm sure I was late
That's
to
right,
the
yeah.
search.
Yeah.
I
No,
found many chests, all empty.
We got one for finishing the maze quickly, I believe.
I'd found 2 in the maze itself.
Oh, wow. No, I haven't had the time to, I suppose, run around looking at anything. I'm also trying to avoid being on my feet where possible.
Well, do you want to go check? I can always carry you.
Perhaps another day.
I don't know if this might just have been this week occurred. I don't know if there will be another day to search for them.
See, I fear if you lift me now, I'm going to fall asleep in your arms.
Mateo has plenty of napping spots around the academy grounds. I can stick you in one of them.
I'll consider it.
Baskets and trapdoors.
How do I even begin? Baskets and trapdoors is...
Has there been any leads on the culprit to the explosion?
No, not yet. There's, I think, thoughts, but nothing with enough evidence. My stance on it at current is... I think that with all of the nobles around, the people who are committing violent or criminal actions are making sure they do it cleanly, well, leaving nothing behind. So I wouldn't be shocked if this leads nowhere.
It is concerning, since if they failed once, they're likely to still try again, but with greater extremes.
And if they have to take it to greater extremes, we at least know that I need increased protection at the moment. And then another action lets us build somewhat of a profile. We can check for more evidence, might enlighten us at the previous incident. It's morbid, but as long as I'm able to keep myself protected and stay wary, then I suppose we'll find them eventually if they're stupid enough to even try again.
Something that's always bothered me since coming to the academy was that I wasn't permitted to bring my guards with me, the guards I trust that have supervised me since I was young.
I've thought pretty much the same. I've wondered if I could write home and request at least a few standing Bloodrun Knights to stand guard around the dorm or kingdom building.
Headmaster Phelan says he has people watching around, but if they get past them and do get to me, I don't exactly have any combat prowess past fighting the undead to really defend myself. I am prone to running, but if I cannot run, I'm not going to fight well.
We built an arena at Kingdom Building. I built it. And I can't say I'm the best in combat training, but I can at least attempt to teach you a few stances and swings.
That might be needed. I had asked Seven about it in the past, and there's been some knowledge, but he isn't really staying at the academy anymore.
No. It's unfortunate to hear.
No, he's at Kingdom Building, so he's
Oh,
close,
okay.
but
I was gonna say, I don't know if I've seen him around.
he lasted much longer at the academy than I necessarily expected. He has always, at home, he would slip away often. So I'm impressed he made it the amount of time he did at the academy before no longer showing. He built his house, and I think he moved right in, and he hasn't been back. My house is finally decorated to an extent. Not the top floors, but the entry, the bottom level.
I'm excited to see it once I'm perhaps a little more ready to move. It was a time getting over here, if I'm being honest. My bat form's still weak after everything. And realistically, I'm still not in peak shape. Have you ever had, I suppose, your life on the line? Like my explosion. Have you ever had anything like that?
There have been assassination attempts, but none that properly made it to me past poison incidents, but I think a common thing, I'm unsure on others, but I was raised to consume little bits of poison, so even if I were to get a full dose in a meal, it wouldn't be as bad as it could be.
Do I need to worry about that seeping into the... When it all went up, I feel like I was drifting in between, I was clinging on to being awake and not. I know for a fact that Celica cried. She denies this fact, but I remember there being a lot of voices. And then out. And, not to sound crazy, but I had this, I guess, dream. It was weird. It was, I guess, sensory. I couldn't see much of anything, but there was a sort of spatial awareness, if that makes sense. I mean, it feels different closing your eyes in a tight closet. You can feel that you're in a tight space. Even if you're not touching anything besides the floor, you just have that sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't see anything. Not for a lack of light. I mean, I could see myself. But past that, it was just this hallway stretching far down. And at the end of it, my mother was playing a piece. And I felt this, I had to get to her. I had to run. I had to see her. And as I ran through this hallway, it's getting narrower and narrower. Felt like it was lined with doors just through my life. Memories of her, memories of Tavian getting accustomed to me, not knowing how to deal with a kid. Meeting my Viscounts for the first time. To my first galas, suit fittings. Having to lead a meeting across the court rather than my father. All these little moments and everything important to me, every like formative moment. And by the end, there's a lot of the academy, a lot of the people I've met here. And I left it with, when I woke up, I had this itch, this I don't know how to word it, but I had to win for everyone at Everthorne, everyone at home. Feels like everything's been leading to this. But the other thing that I was left with was I feel like you've been there throughout my entire life. I mean, far, but there. And I don't know how to say it or approach it, but I know. Can't even look at her. I know that we, I suppose, had our chance. We had an opportunity, and it wasn't exactly our choice, but I don't think I ever stopped looking forward to it. For For a lack of any better term. Since the day that we first got to meet, to make you laugh with some stupid joke, there's been a place inside my heart that I've always felt is filled when I'm with you. I know that we don't have the same things tying us together anymore, but I guess what I'm trying to get at is that I've loved you, and I do love you still. I haven't ever stopped. And I understand if that might not be something that I suppose you reciprocate. I understand we come from such different backgrounds and circumstance. But I almost died without, I guess, getting to tell you this, and I don't want that to happen again.
I don't know how I feel. Or I do, but I'm sure you've already thought about both of our positions. And regions that require our attention. I suppose I am conflicted. On one hand, I'm happy to know that you view me fondly. But on the other hand, there is sadness to it. I know we spoke after the Rose Festival, and I know we view some things differently. As it stands, I am the soul of my court, trying to become a queen, and there is an important trial tomorrow, so I don't think I can currently give you an answer.
Right.
You do make me happy, Prince Ezra. I can tell you that much for certain.
I'm glad. Let you rest up. I'll see you tomorrow.
I will give you a definitive answer soon.
Of course, there's no rush. I still have to get to the fucking thorn. Screw it. But she doesn't know how to let me down easy. I know that was letting me down easy, wasn't it? I make her happy. She's happy to know I view her fondly. I put it all out on the line. Was I too honest? Should I? Maybe I need to be democratic. Play for votes. Maybe Cassian has it down. Stupid. Stupid. Thorn. Just have to get to Headmaster. Headmaster.